Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I'm working on a Chibi today because it's Chibi Friday. This one is a contest reward, I guess that's the best word. In June, on my Facebook page, I had a share this post contest, and the person who won through a random drawing requested a Chibi Eevee from Pokemon. So that's what I'm going to draw. I've got a reference image up here. Let me make it a little bigger. And I'm just going to use my typical Chibi method to create this little Chibi Eevee. I tried to get an official art. I can't say for sure this is one, but hopefully it is. That way I'll know for sure that this is what Eevee is supposed to look like. Like, I can recognize an Eevee for sure without trouble, but it's always different when you go to draw it. Might forget some little detail or add something that's not actually there, so I like to use official art whenever possible for something like this. Unless the person specifically has an image they have in mind, but that wasn't the case here. So as with all Chibis, the head is huge and the body is tiny. This Eevee is unique because it's got this huge ruff of fur between its head and its body. But it won't be as big as it is normally because the Chibi head just has to be dominant. It has to be giant. That's what my Chibis are. Big heads. Okay, so I've got the legs, and then it's got... So I guess I'll draw the general shape of the fur ruff, just so I can have a reference for where the tail should go. So the tail's like the only thing bigger than this fur. But again, because it's a Chibi, it's not going to be that big in this case. But I still need it to, needs to stick out farther than this fur so it can be seen. But it also needs to look like it connects to the base of the body like a tail would. Little eraser shavings. I left a lot of room at the top here because I want to be able to fit in the ears. That's another thing about Eevee that's really big, is its ears are just as long or longer than its head in its normal proportions. Looks like the ears come out somewhere on the side, so I may be able to get that exact proportion, but we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. No, I'll just see how it goes. Whatever looks good is the most important thing. Okay, so we've got the body. Generally, I'm going to add a little more detail in a second, but let's get the... see, so the ears start... I guess I'll put the facial features on first. As with most Chibis, the eye line is much lower than it is on a normal proportioned face. See, its eyes are just big, dark. Big, dark circles. Ovals. And it has cute little like cat style smile. I usually put noses on my animal chibis, but this isn't a real animal, it's a Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna leave the nose out like I would for a human chibi, because on this art it's just a little dot anyway, so. Looks like you can barely even see this. Lines, that's always how it is though. Okay, so it does have a couple little lines here. They're kind of like eyebrows. Define these eyes a little bit more. They're really flat on the bottom. They come down at an angle a little bit right here. Straight up the sides, round on the top. A little bit of an angle, and round at the bottom, outside corner. And of course, it has a big shiny, big huge shiny. And let me see something. Yeah, this eye is coming down further. I want them to match as much as possible. If you're hearing that shaking noise, it's my markers next to me. They're waiting in the wings, waiting for their turn to be used. Another thing, what about the width here? They're about the same width, so that's good. Since this is a chibi, I'm going to give it a little extra shine in its eyes. Normally just has one big one, and then this art has like a couple of the tiniest little dashes, but not two noticeable circles. That's what I will include in here. And then of course it does have pupils, and they look kind of inwards. These little things up here, whether they're eyebrows or what, they do give it a mischievous expression, even if it's subtle. So there's that. Now let's do the outline of its face down here. Comes down, but it kind of bulges out a little bit. Cute baby face is what it's got. And then it's really round, just all the way down. Okay, and the ears seem to start right about the top of the eye. And they come out to the side a little bit. I need to make them fit in this paper though, so So this is the top of the head. They bend. Each side of the ear has a little bend in it. But in this reference picture, it's all above the top of the head. But we are working with chibi proportions, so I think I'll probably just do what I said before. Do what looks right for this picture. I made them a lot wider than they normally are. But so far I like that. I think that's good. I think that's a good look for a chibi version. Okay, and its top of its head is kind of ruffled up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spikes. 3, 4, and the 5th one kind of goes in front of this ear. Curves down in front. I think I need to raise this up a little bit. There. Okay, now I'm going to start doing more detailed stuff. First I will clean up a little bit of this guideline stuff. Okay, I think that's good. So I may as well start from the top. Since I made the ears so big, I'll make this difference between the darker inside and the lighter outside part of the ear. Also, I'll make it bigger than in the reference. And it's just got these 2 little spikes of fur protecting the ear. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And there's also 2 spikes of fur. Now, right here where the chin is, there's a little fluff that comes up from the ruff around its neck. And then this ruff is a bunch of circular fluffs. Come down into a point in the middle. Just these little tiny ones to show that it's going all the way around the back. around the whole neck. I don't like that. I like it being more clean. Ooh, I like this though. There we go. Okay, then we just need to actually draw these lines for the legs and the feet. Nice and easy for doing in a chibi because it's really close to how I do chibis anyway. It's different enough that I have to think about it, but say making a chibi of a real person, that's much more complicated. There's the back legs with its little back paws. It'll fit in a line or two for the toes there. And the tail I already pretty much got. Satisfied with how it's looking. There is a color difference here, but it's not demarcated with lines like this color difference. So I'll just remember to color this correctly once I get to the markers. So I think that's it for the pencil work. Now I'm going to ink it. I got these out. I kind of just want to use my favorite thing. It's Cocoa Ito. Cocoa Ito. It's supposed to be a letter pen, it says. But it's a brush pen, a little tiny brush pen, and I really love using it for inking these because I can get a wide variety of line widths without changing pens. I always love that little unpredictable element that you get with a brush pen too. It's what makes physical media art so fun for me. There's always a little bit you can't control. It's probably the same reason why I find digital art exhausting, because I'm a Control-Z addict and you can just keep drawing the same line over and over until it's absolutely perfect. So I'll spend like 10 minutes getting one line perfect and then I'm tired. But with this, you just gotta live with it. Whatever you do, that's how it is. I like to do thicker lines toward the bottom. And with a drawing like this where there's no background or it's not being placed in an environment, I feel like doing thicker ones toward the bottom, even if it's super subtle, just gives it a grounding. It's probably another one of those things that nobody else would ever notice or care about. Probably wouldn't even notice if I didn't do it. But I like it, so just do it for myself, my own satisfaction. The brush pen is also great when you're doing hairs or things that need to taper. Make sure to make the tips of these ears round. Not sharp and pointy. This whole Eevee is just such a cuddly Pokemon. So it needs to not have too sharp of anything. Pretty easy to ink. So simple. Nice simple Eevee. Yeah, these little eyebrows or whatever they are, that's a really good one for doing a tapering line. Make sure this pupil matches. Drawing the lines for it behind the lines for the shinies. Oh, stressed out monk, welcome! Welcome to my stream today. Thank you for coming again. How are you doing on this wonderful Friday? Yes, indeed, I'm drawing an Eevee. It's a reward for a contest I ran last month on my Facebook page. Come on, eraser. There we go. Oh, did I should use the big one first? I don't know if I've ever drawn an Eevee fan art. I probably have before. I probably have drawn one when I first started drawing fan art in like 6th grade and I was way into Pokemon. But I just don't remember it anymore. This is definitely the first one I've drawn in a very extremely long time, like maybe even 20 years. Erasing the outside first so that the ink can definitely dry before I start erasing on it. Markers are shaking away in their containers. Okay, now to use this cool eraser that I recently got in an Art Snacks box. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad all your limbs are working and you're still breathing. That is excellent news. I think anybody would be happy to know that. It doesn't feel like Friday to me yet. I missed my dang class this morning. I was gonna go, my gym class. But even though I set the alarm time, I forgot that's not all I need to do. I have to actually turn the alarm on. Don't go, Eevee. Yeah, I got like a late start. At least I took a nice refreshing shower before this, so that's good. It is good to just relax once in a while. So this is a nice break too, drawing, even though this is for, you know, I'm fulfilling a reward for someone. It's also just a fan art for me, because who doesn't love Eevee? So it's just a nice, easy piece of art for me to work on. Though I'm so close to done on that Griffin illustration that I am actually motivated to work on that, instead of trudging through it like I was for a few weeks. Been considering whether I should do another one of these contests. So what I would like to do is just get more followers and stuff on my social media accounts, but I didn't actually get any new followers from this contest. I only had 12 people share the post, and they were like all my friends, so it was a lot of work actually to keep reminding people that the contest was happening and everything, and it didn't produce any results for me, so I think I might take a break from that for a little while, or focus on a different social media account, maybe my Twitter, have a retweet contest there or something. I'm going to fix these pupils so that they're more smooth. That was something I learned from a how to draw manga book that like blew my mind, the idea that you can keep working on the lines, like you're not stuck with the line you put down and that's it. No, you can keep adding to it and you can like perfect that line. It's like, whoa, I just always, it like almost felt like cheating to keep adding to the line. Like if you didn't get that perfect taper, you know, whoa, I don't have to get it perfect in one stroke. I can keep adding until it smooths out the way I want. And I don't know why that would be cheating. You're putting in even more effort than if you had only done a single line. Ever since I learned that, I'm like, yes. It means no matter what I do, I can always improve it if I don't like it. And I'm just going to put some hatching into the pupil. Another thing I learned from how to draw manga books. No, it must be perfect. I am a terrible perfectionist. I fight with my perfectionism every day, like it's a hindrance. Like I'll see like someone left a drawer half open. I'm like, like it's okay. It's just a drawer. Nothing's gonna happen, or whatever. Like, and the same thing happens with my art. Like, just there gets to be a point where I have to step away and tell myself it is what it is, and you just have to move on. If you don't like it anymore, go make something else, or accept it the way it is and like it the way it is. But it's so hard sometimes. It's so hard to do that. Do a little extra inking here too. That's what these are good for now. When I always like to do the main lines with the brush pen, but then I like to perfect it in these one size or whatever. What is it? Static sized? I don't know how to describe that. You don't really get much line variation out of it, line width variation. That's actually great for when you want to like add to something just a little bit. Just pick the size you need. Aw, you're never happy with your art? Even just a little bit? Even just a little pleased? It's good to always want improvement though. But it doesn't hurt to be a little happy with your art. Yes, I love adding these little details, especially on something so simple like this character. It's a lot more noticeable than if you were to do this on a more complex character. Of course, my chibis are always simple, so I guess it kind of always works with them. And like I said, for stuff that is on the bottom, I like to add a thicker line, so it gives it a sense of grounding where there is no other reference, such as a background. Gonna make its little kitty mouth more defined at the corners. It's so cute. Okay. That's a little bit more. Oh, thank you for the compliment. I love doing line art. I figured out a while ago that I'm much more happy with a piece overall if I put plenty of effort into the line art in the first place. And then I think I can even remember, I mean, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I feel like it was a fan art that I did as a gift for a friend who requested it. This was ages ago, but they wanted me to draw Itachi from Naruto, and I think that's one of the first times I experimented with just focusing so much on the line art first and making that a priority. How's that? Maybe I need to erase this just a bit right here. Once I run out of this index paper, I think I'm just going to switch to using higher quality paper for my chibis. Because even though I do everything I can to not draw too hard, and I use really hard lead so that it's easier to erase and whatever, still sometimes little marks just won't come up. If I use higher quality paper, there's less chance of that happening. I have so much of this index paper, I want to use it up. I want to get rid of it. How's that? I think that's good for the inking now. Oh wait, but I love to do my favorite thing. Outline it. Should I use my graphic one or should I use... I think I'll use the graphic one. I think this can handle it because it's so simple. It can handle the slightly larger nib tip thing. You take a lot of pride in your line art pieces? Good! That's good to hear. When are you going to stream a physical media drawing? You said that you should do it. Now I'm waiting. Although if you don't have the setup for it right now, I totally get that. That's how I was when I was living in temporary lodgings for a few months earlier this year. I mean, I could do a few physical media pieces, but it was a big pain because the workspace I had was like 1 foot by 1 foot. It was so tiny. After August 8th. That's not too far away. Wow. What is that? That's like a little less than a month. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. I love this graphic one pen. It's so good. Oh, may as well fill that all the way in. Almost done. Nice round ears. Now, I do want to come in with an even smaller one. Size 1 or 2. Here's a 2. Oh, let's see. What is this? What have you sent me? Wow. That's so... Oh, wow. Okay. So detailed. I'm just looking at it. Looks like she has her own. She's got like protrusions on her back as if it's prosthetic wings. Looks like she's repairing her own prosthetic wings. That's an interesting concept. Is that what it is? Or am I just totally off? Oh, you're teaching yourself a new method of foreshortening body parts. Well, looks like you did a pretty good job. Looks all believable to me. So to make these hairs pointy again. Oh man, stomach started growling and I just realized I forgot to eat my snack. Dang it. Oh well, just eat it with my lunch when I'm done. Hang in there, me. Let's make this smoother too. Aw, there. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Want it to dry. Sweet, prosthetic wings. I'm glad I got it right. She's a video game character from what game? I'm sure it's one I haven't played, or I'd recognize it. Get this to dry before I start with the marker. I'm going to try erasing a little bit more on this center of the face where I had the reference lines. And that's a bit better. Okay, should definitely start with the lighter colors. Overwatch. I don't know why. I've never played it, but for some reason that's the first name that popped in my head as to what it might be. Maybe I've just been exposed to it enough through YouTube video preview images like, watch this next. I'm like, I don't know anything about Overwatch, but I see, you know, you see that, or you see people post that on Facebook. That's such a cool idea, though. Prosthetic wings. It's pearl white, I think, is a good starting color. E41. I love my little swatch book. I gotta be extra careful though, because these lighter colors always seem to be the most able to move the ink around when I don't want it to be moved. So try swiping into the ink and not out of it. Woo. Try not to touch the ink at all if possible though. Okay, little tip of the Eevee tail. And fill in the little... That's another technique to keep it from moving the ink around, is just tap. It's not practical for big areas though, only for little tiny areas. Just going to keep doing these in sections. Now do these little fluffies first. Their own little circles. And I'll do one side and then I'll do the other side. Yeah, this is like the perfect color. And where else? Doesn't look like anywhere else this color is. Just on the ruff and the tip of the tail. So next color. Thinking whether I should use this group right here. What would work great as a t-shirt or a skateboard? This Eevee? was thinking maybe I should make it into a sticker or something. I don't know how to do that though. I never looked up into sticker making though. I have some friends that have done it. Guess I could ask them. Guess I prefer the warmer group. So what should I start with? This one or this one? Guess I'll go with the E33 as my first color. Sand. Little kitty hair on here. There's not even any kitties in here, but the hairs are just always everywhere. Always floating around everywhere. Yeah, I think that this is a good color. It's funny that you mentioned skateboard, because my sister actually has done several pieces where she painted directly on old broken skate decks. And she's had them in several local art shows. Whew, okay, the face is going to be the big troublemaker. Because it's just such a huge area, and I want to have it as streak-free as possible. I'm going to start with all the smallest areas I can. Just have to do my best to break it up into sections that make sense. Try to fill it in as fast as possible. Even these ears are so big, they're getting kind of streaky. Well, that should mostly be hidden once I start doing all the shading and stuff. Okay. The first section I'll do is the way this is shaded in the reference image. This whole area is darker. Start there. And then I guess I will fill in the area up to the eyes and under the mouth. head, and then I'll do the other side of the head. From here to the eyebrow area. It makes it look extremely mischievous. Right now, that line right there connecting the two eyebrows. You're getting there, just do a little piece at a time. This forehead is the big trouble zone. It's just nothing here to break it up. Whew, first layer done. But there's still more. The insides of the ears are yet another different type of color. Maybe it would be good to go with this one. It's quite dark. Do this one to start with, E27. There, the basics are there for the fur. Now the eyes are kind of at least in this reference, they're like magenta going into really dark purple. Not sure what the purple section is. Maybe very front. Yep. You're listening at work, eh? You're naughty. That's naughty. Thank you for stopping by, even though you shouldn't have. You literally shouldn't have. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone, unless they're also listening secretly. Let's see, it's a nice, rich magenta color. This is too dark, though. And the eyes are pretty dark, so I will start. RV17. Ooh, it's so pretty. Such a pretty color. I'll fill in the whole eye, even though not much of this is going to be visible in the end. I just want to make sure that the colors are all applied evenly so that when I layer, the layers will look even too. And I'm going to be even putting it in the pupil here. This color is super great. I like it. Good start. Good start for the eyes. Let's see, should I move on the eyes, or should I... I may as well go at least one more color deep. It starts to get purple quickly in this reference image, so I'll try layering this amethyst color, Violet 17. See how that looks. I'm not trying to copy the reference image exactly, just using it for guidance. I'm going to color the eyes the way that I would normally color them, which is different from how the reference image is done. What? So cute. This is why Pokemon has lasted so long, because everything is just so lovable. That looks pretty good. Do think I need to go a bit darker though. So I'm going to go the V9 Violet. Wow, even the caps look good together. The markers that I've already used. Definitely use this for a pupil. Make that as dark as possible without totally obscuring the line work. You have the audio fed straight to your Bluetooth hearing aids. That's pretty awesome. You normally wear those just like every day, or what? I didn't know they had that. That's really cool. I mean, it makes sense that that would exist, but I never thought about it. Let's put a little bit of some dots here just to make the eye a little more interesting. Put some dots of the darkest color in between the brightest and middle color. I like it. I think that's good for the eye for now. Eyes. The eye colors. Let's go back to the super light fluff color. I was using, this E41. So I guess I'll move up the line to E43. The light source is coming from this way, so I'm going to shade with that in mind. It's actually coming from the front, like this. So the tail is pretty shaded, and I think it's shaded by its own head, even in the reference. Yay, that looks good. Over on this side where the light is pretty strong, just going to do the tiniest little indicators of the fluffiness, and that's it. Yay, I think that looks good. There. Do I need a darker color? I don't know if I do. I think I might just leave it for when I add my favorite blue and purple at the very end. So now I need to go to a darker color for the main portion of the fur. This is E33. Oh, you watched the YouTube video from yesterday? I hope you liked it. I always start out my recordings the same way. It's just whatever I said the first time, and that's just what I say every time now. And I would just start out talking to myself. Always ready for someone to jump in and chat to me. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Try this as my shadow color. This darker brown. Oh, it seems like it's gonna be fine. That looks great. Especially with this shadow color for the lighter part of the fur. And of course this back leg. This back leg probably needs an even darker shadow than this, because it's just shaded by everything. The tail, the fluffy, the rest of the body, the front legs. Now here we go with this. The whole chin is pretty much a shadow here. On the side of its face. This needs to go up a little bit higher. A little shadow right here to show that the mouth is, the top part of the mouth goes out in front of the bottom part. I'm going to try so hard, but I still smear the ink just a little bit. There's a big smear right here. But at least since I was going with the curve of the head, it's not too bad. Now, if the light's coming from front like this, there's not going to be too much shadow on this ear. A little bit on these little hair tufts. Yes, I hate it when it smears, when the ink smears, and especially when I'm trying so hard to not, and it does it anyway. Oh, which evolution is my fave? I don't have a go-to fave. I definitely have a preference or a soft spot for fire types. So Flareon is, of course, on the top of my list, but they're all so different. They're so, and I really like the newest one. Sylveon, I think, is the newest one. I hope I remember that correctly. The one where you have to get your friendship level up with it. And it's all cute. The fairy type one, that one's all super cute. But they're all so cool in their own, they're so unique. Like, they're not like the same, like it evolves into the same form and it's just a different color or something. They like look so different from one another, and I've always just liked them all. Like, I can't pick a favorite. That's so cruel. That's such a cruel thing to ask me. I won't say I hated the question. That's kind of a strong word, but yep. That's really difficult for me to answer. I guess the real answer is I don't have a favorite. I just like them all. And even the basic Eevee. The basic Eevee is so cute. I like it just as much as the evolved versions. Your favorite is Umbreon. That one is super cool too. They're so cool and different. I think a lot of people really like Umbreon too. I feel like that's the Gijinka anthropomorphized cosplay I see the most, at least of Pokemon characters. is Umbreon's. I'm going to smooth this color out a little bit. Applying another layer of the lighter color, which of course makes it all darker. But it's just not smooth enough for me. It would be smoother. Of course I can, probably will add color pencil too. And that will help smooth out the lines as well. You love dark Pokemon designs? Yeah, I get that. Like, I have a friend, her favorite is all the ghost types, and so of course there's a lot of dark types among that too. But I'm a fire. Ever since my first Charmander, I just love every fire type. I just love every fire type. But that's what's so great about Pokemon. It's got so much variety. Like, there's something for everybody. And you can like everything too if you want. You're not limited. You can... Gotta catch them all, right? I think I'll leave it like this and just rely on colored pencils to make this more smoother color. But I did want to go one color darker. I wonder if I should just use this one, or let's see what have I got at my disposal. I'm already at E35. Yeah, let's do the E39. Let's see what that's like. You were all about the psychic Pokemon. Those ones are great too. I always felt like they were so strong when I first started playing Pokemon with the very first Red and Blue in the US. The psychic types were always super strong. Maybe that was just me not understanding how to... I was always like confused when I first started playing. It was so hard to keep track of the strengths and weaknesses of all the types, and even when I got game guides, they weren't helpful at all because they'd always have it in this matrix, and either there were typos or I just didn't understand the matrix because I'd like use it and then I would fail, and I'm like, it says it's super effective, but this says that it shouldn't be. A full party of psychics. That would be awesome. That would be intimidating. I can imagine it. So many of the original... Well, maybe it's just because Abracadabra, Alakazam are all... It's one line of evolutions. But then there's also the Drowsy and the Hypno, I think, is the names. And they're all like yellow and brown. I always wondered what Abra was based off of it. It looks like a bug. Like the way its joints are, or something, you know? But I love that the Drowsy is based on a tapir. I love those animals. They are so cute. I love them so much, tapirs. They're just too cute. Like, there's a myth that tapirs eat dreams. Of course, they don't really, but that's why it was made into a psychic Pokemon, I imagine. Yes, this is coming out great. Yay! I hope that the winner of this Chibi will be happy with it. smooth these out a little bit with, yeah, let's use this one. You thought Abra was a Japanese monster? That would make sense. There's probably some sort of cultural reference that I'm just not getting with Abra as to what it's supposed to be. I guess I need the lighter one after all. Oh, would you look at that? I missed a little spot right here. No, I must color that in. There. Okay, now it's looking good, but I need an even darker brown for the inside of the ears. I'm already pretty dark with this E27. E49 is a big jump though. But E29 is almost the same. E77 is too light. Well, I guess I'll try the E49. If it's not too much. I wish they'd make a database in English of all, and not just for Pokemon, but Pokemon's a good example, of like cultural references and puns and stuff in the names and the designs. I'm sure there's some list or something, but I've never, and with other franchises too, I'm always wondering what the reference is, because you can feel it sometimes. You can like, there's definitely some reference here, and I'm just not privy to it. And I love learning that type of stuff. That's why I always want to listen to my games and watch my anime with spoken Japanese and just English subtitles. Sometimes I even just do without the subtitles and just try to learn what I can. Just love learning different stuff, exposing myself to different cultures. Okay, just smooth this out a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this darker color. It's working out great. Abras are supposed to be a type of chimera considered a mystical, magical fox humanoid. Ooh, interesting. A fox. It's based on a fox. Fascinating. A fox. I guess I could see the fox in the face a little bit. Well, at least my memory of the face, the way I'm imagining it. Oh, Eevee, you're just looking so cute. I feel like I need another even darker color in the eyes. They're looking flat. Maybe I should do like a red, because I don't think I have any purple that goes darker. If I do some sort of super, R59 is pretty dark. Maybe there's an earth tone that, heck, maybe I should use this dark bark that I was just using for the inside of the ears. Or should I keep the eyes super bright? There's blue too. You're so lucky. You lived in Japan for 3 years? Ah, urayamashi. I'm jealous of you. I've been to Japan, but only for a 2-week Sister Cities exchange. And I was only in 9th grade, so there's so much that I could experience, both from my more adult mindset and if I had more time. Yeah, I'm going to try this R59. What did you live in Japan for 3 years for? Work, or your family lived there, or what? School? I was thinking when I go back to university, I could actually try, if they still do it, I could try to get on the art exchange program. That would be my ideal. That would be, nothing could be better than that. Everything I love all in one. Being in Japan and working on art, that would be the best. Man, I don't think this is dark enough. I'll go with it for a little bit. Let's finish off what I started here. Yeah, it's definitely not dark enough. Okay, I'll try this bark. Dark bark. Woof, woof. Dark bark. Yeah, that's good for the pupils. Nice and dark. You were there for work? That's so cool. You're very lucky. I wish I could live in Japan. But at this point, it would take winning the lottery, because we've got our house here and everything, and all our pets that I would never be able to leave behind. My pets are my kids. But going on vacation or something, I'm planning on that. I'm going to be there for the 2020 Olympics. I'm working hard to earn and save money so I can go, and not just go for the Olympics. I want to go to all the theme cafes I want to go to, and I want to go to Tokyo Disney and everything. I want to make it a Daiboken grand adventure. Saving money is hard. It's very hard for me. Instant gratification is so hard to resist. I don't remember if you ever said what you did for work, Monk. I don't remember if it was like a secret or something. I feel like it might have been a secret. So I'm getting a little bit more. I really like the color I've got in the eyes, but there's something about it that seems flat. Something. A little bit more variety. Or something, I don't know. I'm going to keep adding to it until I feel satisfied. Ooh, I think that's what it was. This magenta was looking plain. You're going to move to Japan when you retire, if you can? I think that's a good move. Japan is so awesome. And it's so easy to get everywhere because it's so small. You can go from north to south in like a single day, practically. If you didn't stop. Alright, am I done with markers? I think I might be done with markers. Put them away, and then I can get my colored pencils out. Oh, these two are out of order. There. fix that. V09, and here's all these browns. E49, 39, 27. It says 41, 43. There. Oh, let me see. Let me see the secret. I won't say it. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Haha. I'm glad you figured it out. I got your message even before I saw that you wanted me to say something in the chat. Yeah, that makes sense then. Why you'd be all over the world. That was very similar to my uncle's profession. I'll put my markers away. And got my color pencils. It's actually how my uncle met my aunt, because he did overseas work as well. And they met in Japan. Wow. Okay. What should I start with? I'm really satisfied with how this turned out. I don't know if I want to do anything other than the blue and purple at the end. But this part of the head, I want to... That might be too dark. Just want to smooth it out. So it's really streaky right now. Maybe that's the best color. Here's this color. I don't know. You love your careers? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I always like hearing people actually enjoy what they do. Because I know what it's like when you can't stand the work you do and you feel trapped. It's probably one of the most horrible feelings. Especially when it's like first world problem, like at least you have a job and you're thinking that and you're just utterly miserable. But you're trying to think, you know, at least I have a job, at least I have an income. You just hate it. You just hate it so much. This one would be a good color. I need my little tin though. I don't want to use my long point sharpener on this one. Oh, 6 years. 6 years at your current, let's say, workplace. Nice. That's quite a long time, actually. A lot of people only spend a couple years at a time at a certain profession or at a certain employer, I guess you could say. There we go, nice and sharp. Let's see, I'll start on the lightest part in case this is too light. Oh no, this is perfect. Yay! Smooth this out just a little bit. In fact, I should start with something lighter. Ah, that's such a good outlook on life. Make what you do your passion. Make who you are someone you can respect. That is, I wish more people kept that in mind and thought of their endeavors in life that way. It always kind of annoys me when people want others to improve, but they can't see how they themselves are. And if they could only see themselves in the mirror properly, they might strive for a little improvement themselves before criticizing others. But I also know that saying anything to that kind of person, you've got to figure it out on your own. You've got to figure out how to be the kind of person you want to be on your own. Yes, this is doing great. This is great. Yay. I need something a little lighter even than this, but not as bright as the white. Ooh, yeah. This is good. Still have my X-Acto knife out from yesterday. Didn't put it away. It was rattling away over there every time I color too fast. Actually, I just want to sharpen this and move down. This is the thing I like to use colored pencils for the most now. I rarely do a full-on colored pencil piece because I find them to be even more useful when they are paired with markers. Because markers give a nice, solid, even base much faster than with colored pencils if you were trying to cover the same area. But then the colored pencils do a good job of covering up any issues that might have cropped up and help blend the colors more smoothly together. And that's a surprise. I would not have guessed that because you are so good at the art that I've at least seen you do. I would not guess that at all. But those are good lessons to learn. It's another one of those things that it would make the world a better place if everybody did that. If everybody tried to listen well, listen properly, and looked at things carefully. And everybody always has a slip up too. No one's perfect either. So try not to hold things against people. It's actually kind of a relief to live with that mindset too. Because for a while, when people did me wrong, I would like languish in anger and the desire for retribution, whatever, in some cases literal repayment. Then one day I realized that I was the only one suffering, and I just let it go, and I instantly, the very second I decided to just forget about it, forget those people, just forget about what they did, well, then I felt better. And some of those people I was even able to make up with later. And I was happy to find that they had become better people in the interim, more careful people, better listeners, etc. Yeah, this is turning out good. I'm very pleased with how this is coming out. Let it go. No, I hate that movie though. I don't like Frozen at all. It's so popular and I just... I don't like it. There is one thing that made me happy that song existed and was so popular, whatever, is when, I think it was the Hillywood show on YouTube, used it and did their own version where it's Samwise telling Frodo to let the ring go. It was just too perfect. It was like a full music video and everything. It was super... It's what made me subscribe to their YouTube channel, because I was like, this is too good. It's too perfect. Let it go. It's too perfect. Oh goodness, it's already almost lunchtime. My calendar appointment just popped up. So I have to put my own food times in my calendar or else I forget, and then I get really hungry and then I overeat later. Must eat regularly. Yes, the colored pencil is working. So happy. So happy with this. It's almost like I'm so happy it's not even for me this. This is for the winner of the contest. She didn't know what to request at first. She was like, I didn't think I would win, so I didn't think of anything. I was like, well, take your time. Plenty of time for you to decide. I think it was the next day she asked if I could do an Eevee. And I was like, heck yeah, that was right up my alley. I'll definitely do an Eevee. The head is still a little bit... I want it to be a little more smooth. Oh, here's the other one I was using. Put it away. You've never seen Frozen? Well, in my opinion, you're not missing anything. I would not recommend you go out of your way to see it. My brother in recent months has been using it as a way to, like, get a rise out of me. Be like, let's watch Frozen. I'm like, no. He just says it to bother me. He doesn't actually care. Doesn't actually care to see it. If he did, he'd watch it on his own instead of waiting until I'm around. All this here too. Oh yeah, right here would be good too. So I shouldn't overdo it though, because I need to If I put too much wax down with the colored pencils, with the brown ones that I'm using, then it will be harder to add the purple and blue ones that I want to in the end. But I just want to get this as nice and smooth and even as I can. Add a little white to the hair tufts at the top. Probably not going to be able to use too much white ink on these colored pencil parts because it definitely won't write on this much wax. But that's okay. The way this is turning out, I don't think I'm going to need any on these parts anyway. Light's reflecting on it because it's getting so waxy. I'm gonna hold it up so I can see. And I'll just do one big line like this. Yeah, it's getting so tough to see. It's just so shiny now. Haha, it's a shiny Eevee. No, I don't know what shiny Eevees actually look like though. It's interesting, I wouldn't need to spend this much time normally evening out the color if it wasn't so simple. If the lines and the design wasn't so simple, I wouldn't need to do this, but because it's so simple and there's just this huge area of nothing, I really need to get it nice and smooth. Put a little bit of white on these legs too. I think for this fur, try to leave this open and I'll do white ink on this. I need to get no colored pencil on that part so that it will actually work. Am I done though? Do a little bit more on the ears. Now I just want to make sure all the other parts look just as worked as the face. Oh, why am I always dropping everything? Just dropping pencils. Oh, yeah, I need to do the inside of these ears too. Can't forget that. I'll just leave those out. What should I use for the inside of the ears? Maybe this color? See what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just need a slightly lighter color for this light part of the ear. Otherwise, I think this is a good color. Maybe I just use this. Nice and even. Nice and smooth. Okay, I need an even darker color. Ha! Dark umber. Umbreon. Using dark umber on this. Dark Umbreon. That's funny. Umbreon's a dark type. Dark Umbreon. Yes. A little bit more right here. Maybe even a little bit of a really lighter color. Since the light's coming from this way. Probably reach even inside the ear. Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad that somebody's watching. It's easier to, I don't know, it's not like I want somebody watching me, but occasionally having a little distraction now and then. I don't need to be talking the whole time, but when I'm by myself streaming and nobody is watching, I feel obliged to be talking the whole time so that if somebody does come, it won't be awkward for them to just, and I'm like all silent and it's all quiet and they're like, am I welcome here? And they like leave. It's actually easier. Oh, Wolfax2, welcome. Thank you for coming again today. Yay. 2 buddies today again. Yay, I'm so lucky. Oh, yeah. Sorry if I was confusing. I just meant that the piece I was working on yesterday, I'm not going to work on it again on stream until Monday. Because today is Friday, so I was due a Chibi. And I needed to finish this Chibi reward for the contest winner from last month on my Facebook. my Facebook contest that I did. So yeah, sorry for being confusing. I didn't realize that it came out that way. Okay, I need to do a little more shading on this part. Still trying not to get colored pencil on the light part of this fluff, only on the dark part. How are you doing today, Wolfax? It's really nice to see you 2 days in a row. I feel so lucky today. To have people to talk to, I'm so happy. A little bit in the tail. Not too much though. Just a little bit. Wow, I think I might be satisfied. Maybe a little bit more right here. A little bit. Just gonna make this part a little more round looking. Now that's a bit better. And that goes to show how much fun I've had today, streaming with you guys. Because even though I forgot to eat my snack, and it's now officially my lunchtime, I haven't felt hungry in a while. Just having so much fun. Not distracted by that. Not distracted by hunger. Okay, me. You've got to stop at some point. You've got to stop messing with the head. Okay. That's it. I'm done with the head, but I did want to do some in the eyes. Do some little work in the eyes, and then I'll go do the purple-blue details that I like to finish with. These eyes are so shiny. Let's use this pink and sharpen it. Oh, where are you going on vacation? If you don't mind me asking. If you need to go shopping, it seems like it would be far away or something. I had like a staycation last week or was it last week for 4th of July? Didn't actually take 4th of July off though. I took the day after and the day after that. Ah, yeah, this is the color I needed. This is perfect for this pink. And even though it has fur, I still want to give it a little bit pink blushy. Oh my goodness, this color doesn't even show up. Can't be this pink, but now I have to even it out. I mean, it does show up if you look up really close. Now I need a brighter pink than this. I think to do little blushies. Orange Beach. Where's that? Sounds like it would be somewhere either in California or Florida. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Middle of the week vacation. That's still nice though, just having multiple days off in a row like that. I was totally wrong. Alabama. Totally wrong. Well, I guess Alabama's not too far from Florida. It's not as far as California is. I don't know that I've ever been to Alabama myself. I've been to Louisiana and Georgia. And a lot of my family came from Mississippi, but I never went there. A lot of Scots-Irish immigrants in my line. And they all like to move down to the south there. Oh, yay! Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with this blushy. This is a good color for it. I don't think I will. Oops, wrong side. I will use more of this paint to just feather it out. Feather the color out. Beep. Aw, so cute. It's just cute little Eevee, that's all it is. I had a cat that I named Eevee back when I was first in Pokemon. 6th, 7th grade. And I named her Eevee. Because she was brown, like this. She was this color. And then she had a litter of kittens and everything. I didn't name them after the evolutions, though. That would have been cool, but we didn't keep the kittens, so I can just imagine that maybe the people liked Pokemon and named them after that. That would be cute. Oh, okay. So you live in Tennessee, but you're going to Alabama. Going south. Yeah, the time I remember going to Louisiana, we went on one of those boat casino things, and I had a really fun time. And I was a kid, so I wasn't there to gamble. I just liked what they had to offer there as far as entertainment for kids. I don't think it was fast. I feel like I shouldn't have spent so much time on it, but I just kept adding more and more and more. Okay, I'll see. I'll see how to make it into a sticker. I've never actually made stickers before. What I want to do is those nice, like, vinyl stickers that are not like those cheap ones you buy and then you print them. Like, I have those for, like, my Etsy orders, and I use it to seal up the envelope and just put my little logo on there. But if I made a Chibi into a sticker, I want it to be like a really nice, like what I get from Art Snacks, like these ones, and they're really nice and thick, and you can place them, and if you don't quite like it and you haven't stuck it down all the way, you can still pull it up and it won't tear the sticker and stuff. That's the kind I'd want to make. I guess I gotta ask my artist friend, who always makes sheets of stickers. I guess I'm gonna have to ask her how she does it. Okay, I think I'm done with the blushy. What else? My favorite blue and purple. I think that's all that's left. Add in blue and purple. I think I'll use a brighter purple than I sometimes do. Since this is a cartoony thing, I don't think it'll be a problem to have a really vibrant shadow accent. Now, I definitely want to put it down here at the base of the tail. Yes, I love it. I love this last little effect. I always, it just does so much. It's such a little thing to do, but it makes it so vibrant and interesting. And sometimes I worry that I overdo it, but then I'll look at the piece again later and I'm like, no, I like it. Do a little on the fluff, neck ruff fluff. Just pretty much anywhere there's a shadow. I'm going to do it really lightly on this side too. I still remember I got the idea for this technique, at least for the purple, from an artist on DeviantArt who did the most amazing, and probably still does, hopefully, the most amazing Lord of the Rings Middle-earth fan art, and they did their own versions. It wasn't like movie fan art or whatever. They just made their own versions of what the characters look like based on the books, and they did it in watercolor most of the time, and they always would accent it with graphite after the main watercolor was done, and then they had a little tutorial that explained about adding purple to shadow areas, because the principle that they explained was the sun is yellow, and since purple is the opposite of yellow, if the sun is shining down, then the shadow should be purple. Who knows if that's really how things are, but it definitely looks good, and ever since I saw their tutorial, I just latched onto that idea. I don't always remember to do it, but when I do, I'm always really happy with it. Oh, Wolfie remembered. Yeah, I did. I made the coloring pages. Unfortunately, nobody bought any. So, I've got a stack of them in here. I don't know what to do with them. At least the charity event that I was participating in, that wasn't their main form of getting funds for the shelter. The main event was just buy tokens and vote for which art you like the best. So it didn't even matter who won the contest or anything, or whether art sold or print sold or whatever sold. It just mattered if people came and bought tokens, and they didn't even have to vote. It was just about buying the tokens. So at least it was still a success, because no matter what, people did buy the tokens and vote for artwork. And I bought some too, and I voted for myself because I wanted to win. I didn't win, but what was important was people buying those tokens. And they raised like $300, which I think is pretty good, because the tokens were only like $1 each, and it's just this local brewery that did the event. It wasn't like some big time major art gallery or something like that. So I think that it was a success, because that was $300 that the shelter wouldn't have had otherwise. I've been considering just posting somewhere that, oh, my lead came out, that the pages are still available, and if people would like to buy them, then the money would go to the cat shelter. It's called Simply Cats, and they do nothing but cats, and there's no cages, and they're no kill. So it's a really good shelter to support. But I did recently do a different charity thing with some other art. I offered my services to create a chibi like these, but it was specifically to do someone's pet, whoever bid on it, and I was very happy that someone bid on it and won, because all the proceeds from that auction went to the children's hospital here, which is the only one in the state, I believe. So I was happy about that. I mean, who knows how much they bid. I didn't think it was tactful or polite to ask how much money they bid, so I didn't say anything about that to the winner or to the organizers, but it made some amount of money for the children's hospital. Oh, gotta tone that down a little bit. Ooh, too much. Ooh, too much blue. A little bit on the eyes too, as if the sky is reflecting a little bit onto the surface of the eye. Well, I'm glad at least you thought it was a cool idea. I mean, other people, I guess, said that they thought the coloring pages was a good idea. The organizers of the event said to go ahead and make them and everything, but I feel they probably didn't promote the prints or anything that were available from all the various artists. Because just the way they organized the show, it was clear they'd never done something like this before. You know, they're a brewery, not a gallery, so they didn't have experience with putting on an art show. There were certain things that were lacking that I was like, it would be nice. Like, it would have been nice if there was like a contract stating liability and stuff like that, but I didn't put any of my most valuable work in there, so I wasn't too worried if the frame got broken or something, or if it got stolen. I wouldn't have been happy if it got stolen, but where else should I put this blue color? A little on this little tuft of hair. The thing with the colored pencils is sometimes and maybe it's just this brand or whatever, but sometimes a little glop of wax will come out and it won't be smooth, and it'll just be like this little dot of wax. I'm like, no, spread out. But once it's there, and you can't really do anything about it. Yeah, but just this, I didn't want to put too much, but just the tiniest bit on this fur here. I don't want to put too much wax here, since I wanted to put gel ink. Spread this out a little bit. This head is so big and bulbous. Bulbasaur. This ain't a Bulbasaur. Okay, how are we doing? Wow, I really like how this rainbow of colored pencils here. It looks so nice. Okay, I think I'm ready to move on to white gel pen ink. Yay! First, I will... Let's see, where's my small one? Let's put a little around the edge of these eye shinies to make them as round as possible. There's just a couple tiny little spots where marker got in to the white eye shiny part. Okay, and that's good for that. I'll use my large one for this. Yep, that was the right choice. Definitely needed this bigger size pen. Boop, boop, boop. Oh yeah, that's so good. It's so shiny. So shiny. Where else? So everything else is like fur, so it wouldn't be shiny. I mean, this is fur too, of course, but it's such a light color. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm just going to sign it. And then I can finally go eat my lunch. Yay! And my snack, because I missed my snack today, too. I'll sign it. Which side? I'll just sign it right under the tail. 2018. There we go. I hope that the winner of this prize is happy with it. I'm going to scan it after lunch and send it over to her and see what she thinks. Oh, have fun shopping, Wolfax. I hope you have a great vacation too. I think that sounds like it would be fun. See you later. Thanks for stopping by today. Well, it's about time for me to go too. This piece is all done, and it's the end of my stream window, like half an hour ago. So, I will be back on Monday, working on my Griffin again, probably finishing it by then. Thank you for watching.